This is my Apex 37 2011 Carbon Edition. I was showing the entire board there, didn't drop it or anything, but overall this is a really nice board for the price you pay. I mean, it's pretty expensive, like upwards around. Deck itself is $280 something, but complete it's like $300, just like for any combination you can possibly choose. But I got mine with, I upgraded to the, or I didn't upgrade to the S8 trucks. I got the S8 trucks, but I got 2 sets of springs with them. I got, besides the black springs, because those are just what it comes with, the free. I ordered along with it white springs, which are in it now, and also I got red springs. Haven't tried those yet. I mean, I was just going for like the high and the low end of the trucks. So far this is the best that I've seen them. I didn't even try them with the black because, I mean, I've ridden black springs out of 34, but didn't really appeal to me. It seems like there was too much turnability, but still, even with these springs, with the white springs, sorry, my leg was in the way there, you still get a major amount of turn out of these trucks, which is something that most people don't appreciate. They think, original trucks, they're crappy because they have the springs in them, the wave cams break. Wave cams break because people buy black springs with the board, no other springs, then they over tighten them. Really, to tighten them, you should only tighten them so the kingpin only has like 3 threads shown on the end, which is what I have done. Actually, mine only have like 2, but it doesn't matter. This board, it's a really nice board, especially because of this little addition right here. It's not even little, it makes the board what it is. The carbon bar right here. This makes the board almost completely indestructible. I mean, Original has put this under thousands, under a truck for like a month, and then under tons and tons and tons and tons of weight for months on end, and it still came out with this nice cambered profile. And unlike the first, if I say original Apex 37, it's an original Apex 37, but the original Apex 37, like the first one, had almost no camber and no concave, which this one definitely does have some concave. It really locks your feet in when you're trying to go in for a slide. And that's another thing that the S8 trucks help with. They make it so you can do a slide while you're barely moving. And that's something new. I mean, because with the other trucks, I mean, it's more of a thrusting motion to get your trucks and to get your board to slide, but with this, it's not really at all. It's more of just one smooth, fluid motion. And also, the turning on these trucks, like, the difference between this and a loaded board, like a loaded Dervish, would be this, the turning's actually smooth. On a Dervish, when you go to, like, carve or something, it's more like, you get ready, you go, like, you start turning, and then it's more like a jerking motion into the turn. This is a nice, clean movement. For wheels, I got AVEC 11, 81A, greens. Didn't get orangutans because, well, honest to God, those things are probably the fastest wearing wheels that you can get in the world. I mean, I've had those things. They wear away, they start to cone within like a week if you ride them hard. If you're just like cruising around, which you don't use orangutan wheels for, they're primarily downhill sliding wheels, stuff like that, free ride wheels. And that's like, so you're not going to just be cruising on those things, but these, good for like anything you can throw at them. Wide contact patch, good for downhill, good for free ride because they slide nice, which is basically the same thing as downhill, but they're also good for freestyle because they're not huge. they're like, you can buy Metro Motions this size, but Metro Motions, I mean, they're good wheels, but I prefer Grip-ins because these, even though they don't come broken in, they don't need to be broken in, really. I mean, they are, like, they barely even had that layer of what the, like, glossy urethane on top. And then I was able to slide with them extremely easy, but, okay. Here's, like, some other things that are cool about this board, which most people don't appreciate, like, when they just see the board. Piano bench. Apex 37 quad axial fiberglass, maple, carbon forge. Ooh. Shh, don't tell anybody about it. Original skateboard, well, just original. Then over here, this one I don't think you can see. I know you can see the other ones. It says Go Longboard. And then right here, Save Your Soul, Start a Revolution. I also got one of the shirts with it. Because if you're going to buy an original board, you have to get the shirt. I got middleweight flex. Which is really nice because I thought it was going to bottom out on me if I had middleweight, so I was debating getting cruiserweight, and that's what I had told my parents, like, when they were going to order it, up until, like, 2 weeks before Christmas, and then I looked into it and found out this thing is a stiff board. You can't expect to get the cruiserweight and have it not appear cambered while it's still under your feet, but that's okay. Another thing is this laser cut grip tape. Very nice addition to the board. Partially just because you can see the logos and stuff like that. Another thing about it is, if you're one of those people who ride your board hard, and you have a really definite stance in these, like wherever you are, like I do, I have an extremely definite stance right here. My feet are always in that spot, and so when I wear through my grip tape, it's always right through here and a little bit on the noses, and maybe a tiny bit in the middle. Not normally because, normally don't have my feet in the middle unless I'm doing old school kickflips on a longboard. But it's nice because I can just rip this piece off and this piece off and then replace them. Like, I mean, it would make more sense to just sit there and go over your grip tape and, like, make little outlines where you're going to cut it, but it doesn't matter. You can do it all rough and do this as one piece. Like or you can just put the entire one strip of grip tape on it and make it look like the first Apex 37, where you could get that or the other hand cut grip tape. And just a little message to original. I can tell you did it by hand, but that just shows that you guys, I can tell you did it by hand because it's uneven in some spots, but something I admire about the company, about Original, because they actually do their boards by hand, they make them by hand, and they're, put them together and stuff, which is a really nice thing, because Sector 9 Machine's doing it, and, sort of tells you that they're not going to use good quality, just because there's no one sitting there saying, okay, I have one truck on reverse kingpin and one on normal kingpin, then you have a board that's not going to work until you redo it. Overall, it's a really nice board. You need to tighten my trucks a little bit. Slightly wobbly, but these trucks, for all you people who hate original trucks out there, just, when you get a board, buy them, try them with it. SE trucks come free with it. Get it with SE trucks, then go on their website and buy another pair of trucks. Because, look, these, you can use them for downhill if you're smart about it. Don't tighten them down all the way. Don't use black springs or red springs. Use white springs like I have it in my trucks. I know you can't see it, but I have white springs. These things feel like bushings, except you can still turn this thing down to the point where the truck will not possibly turn anymore. And by that I don't mean getting wheel bite, I just mean the truck has no more room left to turn. And that's nice about it because, I mean, well, have you ever really bent your parents' trucks to the point where they can't go anymore? I mean, the point where they can't go anymore is about here. And on this thing, it's like, you can actually bend these things down to the point where the wave cam is the two tips. I mean, if you've ever taken a wave cam apart, you can see these two tips meet when it's bent all the way, and the two tips meet on these things. It's basically like if you had bushings, if the two bushings went from flush like this in the cups to turning like this in the cups and bending the kingpin. But I mean, that's something really nice about this board. It can do anything, honestly. And like, for all the people who like, don't get an original board, you have to get those S8 trucks, S6 or S10s. You don't anymore. I mean, they carry Randall trucks, Paris trucks. They're gonna carry Paris trucks. Sorry about that. And they carry Bear trucks. Bear trucks, honestly, my favorite bushing trucks, just because they can be used for anything. But I have a pair of Bears and Randalls. If I start doing downhill with this thing, I will. Would probably switch them on if I find out that these things can't handle it. But so far, for all the downhill that I've done on this thing, it can handle it. And for like all you people out there who just watch the videos, like leave some smart ass comment. If you're gonna complain about the trucks, complain to them about original. And tell them what you want in their trucks, because right now they're developing a new truck setup, and these spring trucks, extremely innovative. I know they weren't the first people to do it, but one of the first to put it on a board that they used for downhill, and that's another thing. But just tell them, go to original, email them, call them, send them text, because honestly they're fine with that too. Just go on YouTube, get their phone number, because they're actually really nice people at Original. Got into a conversation with Brad on YouTube, like we were messaging each other back and forth about trucks. Asked Brian Bishop what they were planning on doing. He said that they were going to come up with a new truck design, and that's a good thing for all you people who hate the trucks. And honestly, I understand why you would. They're the kind of trucks where you wouldn't really have an appeal to them if you just got on somebody's board who had black springs in it, and just borrowed it and started riding it around. You wouldn't like it. You need to, actually own the board and get a feel for these trucks. I was hesitant about getting them, but I realized it was a really good choice, despite what people said, because it's extremely easy to transition from these trucks to regular bushing trucks. And then, since you're already good with these, you can go right back, but if you don't like them. Their boards, honestly, Original's all about preference. They do care about what you want. That's why they carry so many different things, so many different types of boards for what you could want. And if you think that you hate these trucks and you don't even want to see them or remotely think about them when you get on a board, get a free ride then. But this is a really nice board, and just a really nice board.